So friends, here is Vedant. We have already seen him on the ownership review video. So he is going to share with us what are the mandatory accessories that is necessary for this bike.
Hey guys, happy to be back on Bullu's Vlogs. So today we're going to discuss the must-have accessories when you go for z800. So first and the foremost things, first I'll talk about bike accessories and the safety gear first. So first is frame sliders or crash bobbins. These are safety features for bike, so whenever your bike crashes either on this side or that side, it will land up on these safety bobbins. So it will prevent all these scratches which might end up on your bike body. This will take the shock as well. So it prevents a lot of extra money which you might have put in if you didn't have these in case of a crash. Second is engine guard. So this is a stator guard and engine guard is on the other side. So these guards are very important. Though I had this, still I got this because in case this fails, there is a second backup. And this portion is really important because this is a stator. If this gets damaged, the whole piece is replaced. And it's really expensive. It costs around 7,000 to 8,000 rupees. So that's why I got this stator guard.
So Vedant, you can also share us rough cost estimates, so which will help our users
Absolutely,
to understand.
I'll talk about it.
And what is the best place to get them? Either you get it from the showroom or from AliExpress or from anywhere.
Right. So for the safety features, I'll advise you guys to go for the original genuine parts. And the reason is because they are going to protect your bike. If they are not up to the mark, they are low on quality, they will give up in a situation where you will need them. So that's why this is expensive. These two crash bobbins cost you around 11,000. The usual bobbins which come up, they don't have a spring or a shock absorber. This one has. So if you come close, I'll show you. So there is a shock absorber in it. There is a spring which goes in. So when the bike falls, it will absorb the impact.
shock. Yeah.
So this is a stator guard. So this one costs 11,000 for a pair of two. One on this side and the one on other side. This one is a stator guard and an engine guard. This I got from AliExpress. Since it acts as a backup, so I was not really keen on getting a great quality. Because an original Kawasaki stator guard and engine guard cost you around 15,000 rupees. This one costed me 5,000. So I got it from AliExpress. Bullu, if you can come on this side. So here is the other bobbin. So these two bobbins cost you 11,000. This is the engine guard which I was talking about. That side was stator. This and that combined 5,000 rupees. This is also one of the important, one of the crash guards, which I must say is a exhaust crash guard. So if your bike crashes and if you have an expensive exhaust, this is also expensive, but probably if you have an Akrapovic or an SC project, which a slip-on costs you around 50,000 bucks, you would probably want something to protect it in case of a crash. So this protects that exhaust. This costs around 2,000 bucks. Again, AliExpress. I didn't go for a high quality one, which would cost you around again 8,000 bucks or something. I will come to the front. Here we have an axle crash bobbin. So this has the same kind of function which these crash bobbins have. This protects your front axle in case of an accident, because when bike falls, it will either have a lever here or there. So these two portions are the likeliest to get damaged. So that's why you get these axle bobbins as well. So these costed me around 6,000 bucks. So there is a one single rod and bobbins on both sides. Then there is this windshield. This windshield is a copy of a Puge windshield, which is a UK based company. The original windshield cost you around I believe 8,000 rupees or probably 9,000 rupees. This one is a replica. I got it from AliExpress. This costed me around 2,000 bucks. Okay. And since this is not really a functional part, you just need it to probably block some wind and it adds to the look of the bike. That's why I didn't go for the real quality thing. And I also got a Evotech radiator guard, which I haven't installed yet. It goes in here.
Okay. So the radiator guard is something which you will install.
Yeah, it gets here, and the radiator guard is important because when you're going at high speed, let's say 150 and above, so there are small gravels which hit your radiator. So you would want something, a barrier which would prevent those fins to get damaged or something. Then on the back side, and there are a couple of more accessories. These are not necessary accessories, but these are way better to get if you want to, because these grips help you bind the tank properly. And when you're riding at high speeds, so the ideal position of riding a bike is this, and you have to have strength in your thighs so that you can hold the tank properly. So if these grips are not there, it's very slippery. You won't be able to hold the tank, and that's why a lot of bikers complain that they have pain in
Wrist
their
problem.
wrist and shoulder. That's because all the weight is coming onto the shoulders and wrist. Ideally, it should be the thighs which should take all the weight when you're riding, whether it's braking or accelerating. Coming here. So there are two more accessories which are still coming. They are on their way. I've ordered them. One is a tail tidy. So tail tidy is nothing but shortening the tail. Right now you can see the tail is pretty long. This helps in kind of a slushy and a rainy season. The slush won't go up. Once you install a tail tidy, it's more of a cosmetic change. It doesn't help functionally. It is more of a looker. So your tire looks fatter and you have a sporty kind of a feel when you install that tail tidy. Tail tidy, an original Evotech tail tidy would cost you around 9,000 to 10,000 bucks. However, a tail tidy from AliExpress would cost you anywhere between 3,000 to 5,000. Coming here, the final thing which I haven't installed yet, I'm saving for it, is the exhaust. So this is a stock exhaust. I would most probably go with an Akrapovic. I'm not going with SC Project. I've done a lot of research on that, and the basic point differentiating factors between SC Project and Akrapovic is SC Project is very loud. So if you're riding for more than 100-120 kilometers, it gets irritating. So that's why I wanted to go for Akrapovic. And Akrapovic is also provided as official accessory with Kawasaki bikes. However, in India, they don't do that. And there is a reason for that. One, Akrapovic doesn't meet the sound norms of ARAI, ARAI, the Indian automotive body which takes out these guidelines. And the second reason is the Akrapovic doesn't meet the pollution norms as well, because when you install a full Akrapovic system, you remove the catalytic converter as well. So that's why they don't provide and they don't encourage it. But I've talked to the service center guys, they're okay with it. They won't tell you it directly on your face, but they're okay if you install it. They won't void your warranty. But don't take my word for it, go and talk to them for yourself.
Showroom guys, yes.
And one more thing, in a lot of super bikes there is this thing called a butterfly valve. So if you notice these wires go into the exhaust, and there is a small valve. When you open the throttle, that valve gets open and closed.
Okay.
So that butterfly valve only comes in Akrapovic exhaust. In all the other exhaust, you have to remove this wire. So that's why company recommends to go for Akrapovic.
Okay. So that's something
So that's
which is
about
very
it, guys.
Yeah.
That's all the accessories which I wanted to talk about. And one more point before we end this video: the mirrors. The mirrors are okay, they don't vibrate, everything is fine. The only problem is the blind spots. While you're riding, you cannot see half of the portion because it's blocked by your elbows. So there are two solutions to it. One, you get an aftermarket rear view mirror which has a swivel kind of a thing which goes out and in as per your convenience. The other is you can increase the height. So there are small adapters which come which increases the height of the rear view mirrors, which you can use to probably increase the height so that you get the rear view clearly. That's about it, guys.
So Vedant, what I feel, the costs, what you have explained, I feel that the costs of the accessories are going to be more than the cost of the bike.
Absolutely, to some extent that's true, Bulu. In fact, when I was planning to buy this bike, I never accounted for the extra cost which would be incurred because of these accessories.
Correct.
I thought probably I'll get it sometime later and they're not important. But since I mentioned in the accessories, there are a few important things which you need to get once you get the bike, like in the first week itself. Because if you drop the bike, you will get the damage done. So
And it's going to cost a lot.
It's gonna cost you like hell. So probably account for it. If you have a budget of 9, keep that. You have to buy a bike within 8, because 1 lakh will go in accessories. So that's very important. If you are buying a super bike, the additional cost comes with it, whether it be service, extra parts, or the accessories. Everything is expensive. If the bike is expensive, the proportional cost of the accessories goes up proportionally. So please guys, do take care of this fact.
So 1 lakh
I
extra
had
for
experienced this myself. Always take an account of the extra cost which you will incur. Supposedly this costed me 9 lakh. I've already spent 1.5 lakhs more than on top of it, just because of accessories, service, coatings and things. And probably
Yeah, you have also done a coating,
and
right?
I've also, we both, in fact, me and Maruf had gone for a ceramic coat, and it's very expensive. You won't believe the cost if I tell you straight on your face. It's 18,000 for a coat.
That's
So
what.
believe me,
It's quite high.
I know it's very expensive, but probably if you spend 9 lakhs on a bike, you would think twice, or you won't think twice before spending on something which would protect the paint and the scratches. So these costs comes with the super bike. So be prepared for it. That would wrap up.
Thank you so much, Vedant, for
No problem.
sharing your accessories experience. So, thank you.